It's a pretty cold and damp Sunday morning. It's shortly after 8 o'clock. I've just got the birds out of their houses for the day and thought I'd show you a little bit around the garden. This is the first year's attempt at a vegetable garden, which I'm pretty pleased about. When we moved in, it was like that, just a field. And so this year I've dug out 15 of 21 beds, or 22 beds that are going to be here, and outcrops in most of them. So here we've got leeks, Cavallo de Nero, purple sprouting broccoli, which has just been, it's been fantastic. Look, masses of flowers still to go. These were my parsnips, which we're still digging through. We're still eating parsnips and probably got another couple of months worth there. Red cabbage and Swiss chard. I actually don't like Swiss chard. I grow it for the chickens, so at the moment I'm picking it and washing it, ready to give to them. And in this bed I had some leeks. Mostly I had squashes in here, and this bed I made by putting loads of cardboard boxes down and filling the cardboard boxes with homemade compost and wood chips and nothing else, and growing in there. I've been very successful. I'll certainly be doing that again. And at the end of autumn, the sides of the cardboard had rotted away from the bottom, so I just lifted them off and composted them. This bed has had, this bed's been knocked by the wind. You can see how strong the wind is here. This is a purple curly cow, or a red curly cow. Actually, just talking about the wind, I've been building fences all around this plot, all around the edge plot here, to try and block, or at least reduce the impact of some of the wind. And the great thing about these is they're made with pallets, they're modular, and each one has got either a compost bay or a storage bay, and it will have water collection bays in it as well. This is where I grew 4 or 5, I think there were 4 actually, squashes in here last year, and that was literally just straw and spent brewer's grain, and then I dug out a couple of pockets to put a bit of topsoil in and plant the squashes into. And then this bed had all our salad veg in it, and still got a few salad onions actually for me to lift. And later this week I will be covering this in a black plastic to start warming the soil up, ready to grow some early potatoes. What you can hear over there, there we go, what you can hear over there is the ducks expressing their morningness to us. Obviously because of the avian flu prevention zone lockdown, the ducks are undercover, and these are our breeding ducks, ready for this year's ducklings, we hope. And then back over this side of the garden, away from the ducks, there's an apple tree there that Jane and I transplanted from behind the greenhouse, which is over there. So it's right behind that, squashed in, and Jane and I moved it last week. Actually, mostly Jane moved it last week. she's an awesome friend to have. Now over here, this lovely building here was going to be my garden room and potting shed, but avian flu prevention zone, the lockdown, said we needed to get birds under cover. So we had a quick rethink and a reshuffle, and I used a whole load of pallets along the bottom and chicken wire and netting to create a pretty good indoor space for some of them. And here we go, here they are. This is Mrs. Oz, who has just started laying. We hatched her from an egg at the end of July, and this week she has started laying, which is brilliant. Very pleased with her. And then over here we have some Jersey Giants and Australorp. Oh, hello, sweetie. So they have access to the outside. I've cut a hole in the wall of this garden room, which we're now calling the chicken palace. Excuse all the mess everywhere. Every time I was going to clear up, something else happened. Story of my life, that one. So that's where the chicken hole comes out, and I've made a covered run for them. You can see they've eaten all the grass in a very short amount of time. But they were, after 5 weeks of being shut inside, they were very pleased to be able to get out and eat a little bit of grass. And then over here is a small chicken house. We've just got 2 boys in here. Hello, boys. No names, because they're our meat birds, and they're very lovely. They're very gentle natured. Highly recommend Jersey Giants to everyone. And this particular Australorp boy is lovely. We haven't had any problem with any of them actually. They've been very nice. So here we are in the chicken condo, which was an old stable that we have converted by putting chicken wire all around the outside and plastic container. Maybe you can see the chicken wire. Here we go, behind me. Here, which goes all along, and then round the other sides we've got clear plastic to allow maximum lighting and keep birds out, and also keep the rain and the wind out, because it's a pretty windy site. So okay, let's have a look. Over here, this is my nursery pen, which has got two young Jersey Giant boys in it, and one of the last hatches before that. She just likes to be in there. They don't like her much, but she's in there anyway. And at the moment the roof is open because we're slowly trying to integrate them into the flock. Right, here is my most loved, I wouldn't say best loved, but he's certainly much loved, cockerel. That's Big Red. He was the first chick that we hatched, and he's certainly the boss of the brood, boss of the flock rather. And then further down, this bucket hanging here is their food. It's a sealed container so that vermin can't get into it, and then underneath there is a little lever which they just tap, and some pellets of feed drop out of the bottom onto the floor for them. And if we wait for a moment, somebody may well nicely oblige. No, of course not, because we're trying to look. It's getting quite dark in here. Actually, what I need to point out is here is a chicken pecking at me, and it does it all the time. This will be a chicken with a blue band on its leg, because every time I come in here, that's all she does. Obviously I taste better than anything else that's around. So yeah, so there's Big Red again. And then further down here I have the cream leg bars. They're pretty antisocial actually. They don't mix with the other birds. They don't mix with me or Mr. J. They keep themselves to themselves. And over here is the cream leg bar cockerel, who we call Squeaky, and he looks after his girls. And Big Red and the others tend to leave them alone, really. And through there we've got nesting boxes. Actually, as they're all fully occupied at the moment, I'm going to leave that alone.